Hello. My name is Titus Inui. I am a sophomore in college. I'm 20 years old. And this is episode 1. I'm documenting my journey as a runner. I just got done with indoor conference. I got 3rd place in the 800 with 155.68. And I ran 4.4 and got first. With my team, I ran a 50.26 split. And I'm not a very interesting person. I'm from Tennessee, sophomore, 20, accounting major. And I just want to document my life when it comes to running. I did a workout today. I did 3 mile at 5:25, 5:20, 5:18, and then 4x2 at 31, 28, 27, 27. I want to be sub 150 next year, and I want to be 152 in the 800 this year outdoors. 152, 151. I want to win conference Carolinas. I want to win conference. It's very weird because I'm not really a talkative person, so it's kind of weird for me talking in front of a camera. But started running my sophomore year of high school. My first meet ever, I ran first race ever was cross country. I think I ran 23:20 or something like that. 23:20. I remember that because I started walking and there was a big hill and there was a bunch of gravel before the hill, and I was like crying. I wasn't crying, I was like dying, and I wanted to cry so bad. And I stopped because there was no one watching. It was like in the middle of the woods, man. Like, I stopped, man. I was looking around like, shit, excuse my language. I was like, oh my gosh. And that was such a funny race because that was my first time ever doing a sport. You know, when I was younger, I never did any sports. I did 1 year of track when I was in 3rd grade, and I hated it. And then I never did any sports. And then I did band for a little bit. But that race, oh my God, that was pain. That was some pain I felt that day. I remember I was like, bruh, this is so painful. Why am I doing this to myself, you know? A lot of times in life we do stuff and it's like, why am I doing this? You know, why? What is my why for doing this? It feels like I'm just doing it just to do it. But now I kind of realize why. Like, sometimes things in life are going to hurt, but at the end it's going to feel amazing once you get through that pain. But back to the story, my first cross-country race ever, 23:20 or something like that. Walking literally a giant hill before the last home stretch, and I was walking it before it. And I sprinted up a giant hill, and I sprinted to the home stretch. And then that season, oh my God, I remember after that, I went to AAU practice, and I did AAU track for indoor because my school didn't have an indoor track or indoor program. We only had outdoor track and cross country. First race ever, 400 meters, 103 indoors. As a 16-year-old man, 103. That's very slow for a 16-year-old. Oh my God, I was like, bro, I didn't realize how slow it was because I was so naive to track times. I didn't even know how slow it was. 103 track time? That was crazy. 103. And then I ran an 800 in 226. I still have that video, 226 indoors. It wasn't bad, but I mean, first time, it's not bad, but it's like, I'm 16 years old, you know, and I never ran in my life. That was like the first time running for real, competitively. You can even call that competitive, but like 226. Later that season, I think I ran a 5:20 something mile, 5:20 something, 5:25 indoor on a flat track. It was like a 180 track flat, 5:20 something. Then later that season, I think I ran 216 indoors, and then that was it. And then later that outdoor season, I ran a 212 open 800, and then a 503 mile. And I ended up splitting 207 in a 4x8. So that's not bad. That was a good year of running, though. That was such a good year of running. Like, honestly, like, when I look back on it, like, it wasn't bad first time running, though. Like, barely running at all, like 15 miles a week, like, type stuff. And then the next year, sophomore year, high school, that indoor season, my junior year of high school, I ran horrible that indoor season because I got injured in cross country. I had tendonitis in my shins the whole season of cross country, and I ended up finishing that season with a like 17. No, I think I ran 1750 something, 1757. I went barely sub 18, and then that indoor season I ran like 209 or something crazy, 208. I was slow in that indoor season, and then that outdoor season I went 439, and then 2 flat in the 800. And I remember it because I went 1 minute, and I still have that video on my phone. I went 1 minute, man. That was crazy. But that season, it was really nice because I improved so much from indoor to outdoor, because I didn't want to be left behind by my teammates, and I didn't want to be left behind by my brother in running. After that, I didn't really improve in a mile that year. Then my senior year of high school, my best season at track in high school. Indoors, I mean, for cross country, I started off strong. I ran 16:25 for cross country, but I didn't make state because I was dehydrated at regionals, and that kind of sucked. But I mean, you can't. It is what it is. You can't go back in the past, and that's what I learned. You can't go back in the past. You just gotta work on the future. Then that indoor season, I went. First time going sub 2. I was so happy. First time going sub 2. I was like, bro, let's go. Sub 2. I ran the whole season 202s, 202s, 201s. And in that indoor state, I went 159 and got like 18th place because everyone's really fast. So it doesn't even matter. But 2 flat, sub 2, I'll take sub 2. Sub 2. Then outdoor season, I went crazy. Opened up in a 427. And I didn't PR again in the mile. After that, yeah, I went 427 and I was just like, bro. After that, I was running straight, like, I was running bad. I remember one meet, I ran like a 445 outdoors, and I was like, bro, like, oh my god. And I ran like a 427 some random small ass meet, and I was like, bro, how did I run 427 at this small meet and then can't run 445 with comp? Like, what? And then I ended up running like, I didn't run sub 2 till like later in the season. I ran sub 2 again. I ran a 157 at a big meet, and that was crazy because I was so mad because I ran horrible in the mile. I don't know why I was running bad in the mile, but I was. Then later that season, I did the mile 8 double at state. I got 12th at state, I think, in the mile, 431. And I got 3rd in the 800. Now this 800 race was so crazy because this is the worst possible conditions you can ever imagine. It was like 30 mile per hour wind. It was raining. It was cold. That was the worst race I ever ran. But that was the best race I ever ran mentally, because I just pushed myself so hard. And I was just thinking like there were so many things I just wanted to do that race and prove to people. Like, and I was just like, I got to get top 3. No one believed I can get top 3 that race, and I did. From the slow heat too, because I just pushed myself. And I knew, like, I'm a runner. I'm gonna have to run in all conditions, and I'm gonna push myself in all conditions. And that's my mindset. So that's what I did. And I ran 158 and got 3rd. Then my freshman year of college. My freshman year of college was my worst year of running, hands down. In cross country, I ran 28:20 something. And that was like the worst cross country. This is the worst year of my life, genuinely. Not the worst year of my life, but that was the worst year for running ever. Indoors, I ran bad. I ran 157, but I was progressing. I got faster. But my mile time, like, my freshman year of college, I gained muscle. It was crazy. I gained 10 pounds of muscle, and I gained a lot of speed, but my endurance just wasn't there. My speed endurance just wasn't there. Like, indoors, I ran a 445 mile, but I ran 157 and 8. Like, who does that? No one does that. And I just ran bad, and my mental capacity was low. I was not mentally strong my freshman year of college. I ran later that outdoor season. The indoor season at conference, I led the race for 400 meters, then I, like, died. I got 57 and died. I don't know how I died, but I died. Then that outdoor season, I ran a bunch of 800s. But my outdoor season opened up in 201. Then, like, I kept running 201s. And then I was so low at a point. One race outdoor season, my freshman year of college, I ran a 206 as a freshman in college. 206. And then the next week, I was so mad at that 206. And I wasn't even going to I wasn't even running a conference in Conference Carolina. I wasn't going to run at Conference Carolinas. At this, like, slow conference. I wasn't going to run a conference because I was running at slow. I ran 206. So, you know, I decided to turn around. I ran 157.02 the next week at the home meet. And I was so happy because it's like, bro, I just ran 206. Now I just ran 157. what is going on? And then I think the only reason why I made that big drop is because of just mentality. I think people underrate mentality sometimes, because I had a mentality that I'll be mad, like I wasn't gonna let myself not make conference and embarrass myself like that, you know? Like, why would I embarrass myself like that and not make conference? We go to conference, and I told myself, I said the same thing. I said, I would be embarrassed if I don't make this final. And I ran 156 in PR and made the final. Even though I ran horrible in the final, it's the fact I made the final after all I've been through. All I've been through that year, and I still made the final of the 800 outdoors. And that was a big turning point in my life, because I realized, like, I can do whatever I want to if I put my mind to it. I can do whatever I want to. If you get that attitude right, you can do whatever you want to. So I told myself, I said, you know what, I'm gonna make this final. I don't care if I die, I'm gonna make this final. And even if I get dead last in the finals, as long as I make it as a freshman, I'll be happy. And I was satisfied with that. And I was so happy about that. Now, now we get to this year. Sophomore year of college. Cross country, I did all right. I improved by a lot. I ran 26:52. I improved by a lot. Then this indoor season, I was running 159s all season, because I wasn't getting out, and I wasn't running good. But I went from 159, 157, and in that conference I ran 155 and got third. And what's crazy about that race is that I ran very even splits. I don't like to run even splits in the 800. I ran 57, 58 or something like that. 57 high, 58 low, which is crazy, because I don't like running even splits in the 800. And that showed me that I have the strength now. And I got back, and then my coach was like, you're running the 4x4. I'm like, bruh. So I ran the 4x4. I ran the 50.2. After 155 indoors, I'll take it. Like, even though I'm not at the level I wanted to be at that meet, I wanted to win. Even though I didn't win, even though I'm not at that level yet, I'm still very satisfied with the way I push myself mentally, especially in that 4x4. But so far, that's my whole running career. My name's Titus Tanui. Titus Kipruto Tanui. Kipruto Kipruto. Titus Titus. Kipruto Kipruto Tanui Tanui. And if you watch this, then thank you for watching. First video episode 1.